So, old Caltrans truck. It's got a boom. It's got a digger, 42-inch with a thing, you know. And they got all the plans right there from the engineer, and they're doing all the excavation all themselves. 13.5 feet, 42-inch. Look at that, 42-inch, 13.5 feet. All the plans they got there, but they got all this auction equipment rented. They have the extension. They rented that berm, 42-inch wide, doing it all themselves. Only the engineer came, saved $85,000. This is 200 PO, 2-inch,
Correct.
300 PO banjo, 300 PO.
3-inch.
3-inch. All right, one day, and I'll text you probably tomorrow, and then I'll say yes, build it. All right, thanks, buddy. So with pumps, how you get the volume is the big hose. 3-inch gets a lot of hose. So the question is okay, I'll plumb it all 2-inch because that's the hose I have. He's like, no, do it all 3-inch, and then at the end, right when you fill the sprayer, if you want to constrict it there, you can a little bit, and put a fitting to go from 3 to 2, since all the sprayers have a 3-inch. Since all the sprayers have a male 2-inch cam lock on it, which is standard, right? Not 3. So he does have a point. And of course, I'm going to streamline. I'm going to do the Honda GX160 with the banjo 200 or 300 pump. That's what I need. Honda GX160 with a poly pump, self-priming pump. So I can find used, I guess, would be the only one. 708 plus tax. So 750 for that. So that's the carja. So a lot to think about, but we're going GX160. That's my favorite engine. I got like 20 of those now. What you do is for this, I got the Danfoss full seal kit. You know, to re-drill the whole pump, it's $1,200, right? And they have the whole seal kit. They'll open it up, but it's 5 hours. It's a big job. I just got that one piece, so I've got the part number for the seal, that lip seal, and I got the part number for the whole rebuild kit for the Danfoss. What this guy said is that, you know, if let's say you have a catastrophic, the whole pump goes, you get some metal in there, then what happens is the whole system will get eaten up, right? And then you got to drain the system, air out the oil cooler, get all that bad hydraulic fluid out, because the filter cannot catch the those metal particles, and it'll just rip through everything, right? Number one, that's the biggest problem. So what he says, the best thing is do a hydraulic pump test. You know, take off the main and connect your fittings to the hydraulic pump, test it, see if it's fine, if the pressure's not going to. If the pressure goes down while you're putting a load on it, that means your hydraulic pump's no good. You got to rebuild it or get a new one. Okay, but if the pressure stays up, then the next thing you need to check is your wheel motors. Maybe one of your wheel motors is bad. How you check that is you take out that plug, and if it shoots out, you know that plug that looks like a tire valve? If it shoots out, that means, yeah, that wheel motor's toast. You got to go get it rebuilt or get a new one, depending. But he goes, the worst way to kill your hydraulic pump is no hydraulic fluid, or run it too low, or no hydraulic fluid. I think that's what they did with 24B. They didn't even add it. They just kept running until the damn machine stops. And what happens is air gets sucked into the system, and it'll cavitate. There's a brass plate. You'll eat it up. So having hydraulic fluid at the right level on your shaker is very important. If you got a leak, don't run it. You'll lose a pump. And foremans and mechanics, they'll run them real low because they're lazy and say, oh, I don't know what happened. The pump went out. No, well, the pump went out because you didn't check the hydraulic fluid and you didn't add it. So that's the most important part of that. I think that's what they did. Ran it, no hydraulic fluid. So yeah, it's a 5-hour job to split that whole pump assembly apart. It's a big job. You know, it ain't no joke. And then yeah, that's what it is. A high-low pump. Just bring it into them, they'll rebuild it. Take it off, bring it to them, and they say that's what the problem is. They rebuild it. Oh, and then they'll bench test it too. So after they rebuild, because they warranty, they put it on their bench, and it's a loop system. So it'll circulate back, and they don't want oil and there's fine particles of metal in the loop system, right? It'll ruin their setup, so they don't want that.